Hello everyone, how's it going? What we're going to do today is we're going to take you along on a professional landscape and nature photography road trip with my buddy, Kurt Johnson. Kurt has a client in Ohio that needed landscape and nature photography around Ohio, and I thought it was a perfect opportunity to show you and talk about Fuji gear as it relates to being able to be a complete system for a professional nature and landscape photographer. So throughout the video, we're going to talk about some of that stuff. We're going to show you some locations and how professional nature and landscape photographers work, especially my buddy Kurt Johnson. And we're going to take you on our journey with us. So enjoy, and let's go on a little bit of a road trip.
And a hot, large mocha.
All right, anything else?
That'll do it. Cool shades, man.
Dude, we both got some cool shades. Look at that.
Look at this. Ray-Bans.
Cool freaking shades.
The Cool Brothers.
You can see the future in my glasses.
The Fuji X100 is one of those unique cameras. It's fantastic at casual behind-the-scenes work like this, but you'll see later that it's also powerful enough for professional work too. Now, you might think that the most important thing for nature and landscape photography is like composition, or maybe like the right location, or the glass, or the camera that you work with, but none of the above. It is the restaurant you go to before you go and take photos. So Kurt and I were powered up by these baby-sized burritos on the way to Ohio in some little place in Iowa.
Small town Iowa on a Sunday afternoon, baby.
Kurt, how much time do we spend in something like this? We're
Not-
supposed to.
not-
So we got what, 7 hours on the road still?
Not enough.
Oh
Not
my
enough
gosh.
time. College Street.
We're gonna take a couple photos.
I think so. We better.
Okay.
This is Kurt's first trip with the Fuji GFX, but old habits die hard, and he had to pull out the Canon for the first couple shots he took of the day. I really dig this building. It's pretty cool, but it's definitely probably not a newspaper. I'm pretty sure that at the end of Indiana Jones, this is the place where they store the Ark of the Covenant. Walk through this small town as kind of just a warm up for the day, right? Or for the whole trip, really. This is our first stop taking photos, really. And so I thought the Fuji Acros film simulation really matched the look and feel of this little town, especially this old county jail. That was kind of fun to photograph.
Friendly folks. It's a great little sign.
Yeah. Yep, look at these guys.
Turn right on East Jackson.
We think we are going the right way, but
I don't know.
it is rough.
Is that a house?
I think so.
Holy shit, dang.
Wow.
It's a tiny house.
We finally get to Ohio, and it's game time now, right? So we're pulling out the GFX system. The GFX system is really amazing for nature and landscape photography because it gives you a ton of resolution, and you know, there's just really not any other cameras in this price range on the planet that will give you that amount of power. I really enjoyed these photos. I thought they worked. Pretty cool stuff. Old abandoned stuff is my jam if you ever look through my channel. But Kurt's client is for healthcare, and I think cemeteries and old churches are not really for healthcare. We're still just taking pictures of cool things we find, and we're still kind of warming up.
We made a little stop and saw some of the humidity creating some cool streaks of light. All right, Kurt, tell me what you're looking at. What are you seeing up there?
Well, you know, you got all this great light coming through, you know, hitting the leaves, and you got this dark forest back here. And you got some real strong vertical lines. I don't know, I just think it's a beautiful looking little foresty shot. I mean, the depth, you see the light hitting all this stuff back in here. I don't know, this is pretty sweet.
Ready to go?
Yeah, man, I think so. We'll find something. Probably go another 100 yards and like,
We kept going, looking for more photos that kind of speak to Ohio with those hills and the trees and some of those things that the healthcare client was looking for.
Kurt, talk to me what you're seeing over here.
Oh, there's great clouds, and you got this green, beautiful ridge and stuff. Little soybeans in the front, fence posts, and some viney stuff on the posts and stuff. There's a whole lot of texture and a lot of stuff going on there. That's just really cool. Doesn't take much to make me happy.
Kurt's been shooting with Canon for his entire career. He just recently started to switch completely to the GFX system, almost completely. And the menu systems are absolutely, you can't be much different than from Canon to Fuji. Completely different systems. So we were in the menu system quite a bit, trying to figure out what the right settings were for everything we were shooting. So we continued throughout the day, and the light was getting a little bit dimmer, but we found this cool spot with a lot of caves and some cool things to explore.
Finding something?
I really dig this image with the fallen tree. I'm using the GF 32-64, which has a maximum aperture of f4. But as you can see here, the background is still really dreamy, and the bokeh is beautiful. Gives context to the image, and I just really dig this one. We had a lot of gear with us, and so I was thankful that at the moment when I was shooting this, I was slightly less fat, so I didn't have as much risk of a heart attack as I sometimes do, like right now at the end of winter, where I just need to get out and move more. Goal here is to capture some photographs that speak to this unique landscape. And I'm not sure how successful I really was. I was kind of in awe the entire time, as this was about as different of a landscape as you can get from Nebraska. Inside these caves, we were racing against time and light. The sun was going down pretty quickly, so we had to work fast. And we also wanted to get a couple more locations to get out and capture those. was trying to get my photos to have a little bit of brightness, right? To have those greens really pop out, because the healthcare setting really needs some of those bright, and healthy colors. But with the light going down, it was getting more and more difficult. So it's something that we wanted to come back to, but we actually never got to go back to the spot. Not yet. We were feeling really sweaty, but we had got some decent shots, and so it was time to leave. We stopped by the roadside a couple of different places to shoot a little bit, some of the flowers we saw, and that's when I would pick out the XT4 with the 100 to 400 and the 50-140 to kind of compress some of these shots and get a unique look that's more difficult to get in the GFX system. Believe it or not, these shots were all at a cemetery we found on the top of a hill with wildflowers all around it. Yeah, must be a lot of cemeteries in Ohio. I was back to the GFX now, and the colors here are amazing, along with the fading light. One of the great things about the GFX is the ability to edit them later, and I knew that some of these conditions, my foreground was going to be a little bit darker, and I could bring back a lot of the detail and the brightness with GFX files in a way you can't get even like full frame and APS-C. Those systems just do not work as well. The GFX is really, truly made for this kind of stuff. These shots, again, with the cemetery to our back, are some of my favorites from the entire trip. I switched to the 80mm f1.7 for these panoramas to kind of minimize distortion and compress things just a little bit more than I could with the 32 to 64, and I just really dig them. This is a stitch with the XT4, just to see the difference between the two systems. It's a really solid photo quality-wise, but still no match for the GFX. Kurt and I felt that we had gotten some good stuff. We didn't know we were going to get even better conditions the next day. The next day, we were out taking photos right away. Barely even had time for breakfast, and we were just out shooting. This is a way zoomed in crop, and the amount of detail that we get is absolutely insane, right? When you match the medium format sensor to glass that's designed to get the most out of the sensor, the results are stunning. And again, it's one of those reasons why you use the GFX.
Little artsy thing, sun. Usual.
Okay, where we heading, Kurt?
Let's see, another, what's it called? Old Man's Cave and
Whispering something?
Whispering Cave and Old Man's Cave. Yeah, it's a little bit of a jaunt, I suppose, but
A little trail, but there's gonna be a lot of families here, so we're gonna have to see about
pick and choose.
working around some people.
That's exactly right. That's
we're-
one of the bad things about pretty shit. Everybody wants to see it.
Unless you go out right to those
Oh,
real
yeah.
difficult spots.
Yeah. This looks pretty.
We're not
easy.
quite prepared for that.
One
All right.
Way Trail, Upper Falls, Devil's Bathtub, Old Man's Cave, Lower Falls, Whispering Cave.
Here it is.
Here I am trying to find more cool shots, and the feeling of being out of my comfort zone was still within me, right? Also, just rookie mistake, totally rookie mistake. I forgot my neutral density filter. So while I was able to get some of the blurred water, I did so at the cost of using f22 or f32. We had a ton of light to work with, which wasn't a problem, but diffraction did start to set in a little bit, and I think the images are not as crisp and clear as I would have liked. Here's a switch to the XT4 for some of these tighter shots. Although, you know, I love the GFX system. Again, it's not as versatile as APS-C or full frame. And a lot of times I want a little bit more of a minimum focus distance. I want to be able to get a little bit closer, and GFX glass doesn't do a great job of that. So I use the XT4 for these shots.
We got some caves, some caverns, some rocks, some very cool stuff.
Yeah, some unwanted people in a couple shots, but we'll remove them.
People just can't stop going to where we're at.
I
It's
know.
us.
It's like everybody's after us, you know.
But we're gonna go now to the country because we have some amazing skies.
Great clouds.
Great
TV
clouds. Just fantastic. Gonna roll around Ohio. We got to get some Ohio scenery though to make it like look like it's in Ohio, because you get to the point where some of the roads and stuff look just like Nebraska. So we're gonna have to go get some Ohio specific stuff.
Just to prove we've been here.
Just to prove what we've been in Ohio. Kurt and I have done about like 7,000 to 8,000 steps worth of actual steps, almost like up and down. Humid walking, madness. We're
up and down.
but we're still rocking, and now it's on to going into the countryside to try to get some blue skies, some puffy clouds, and some Ohio charm. Let's make this happen, Kurt.
That's it, man.
We have been driving up and down the roads, hoping for an amazing sky, but we really didn't get it. And
We're gonna have water coming from the sky very shortly.
it's about to rain. Found a cool fire truck.
Found a great fire truck.
That's for me, though.
Yeah, that's all right.
That's the stuff I love.
Hey, man, everybody's got to get their bucket filled today, right?
So we took a lot of photos today. We got a lot of cool stuff, I think. So
Yep.
it's time to head back and kind of review what we got again, right? Kind
Yep.
of looking through it. And
Yep. Get the umbrellas out.
Yeah, it might be raining tonight, and plan hopefully for tomorrow for
Fingers
some
crossed.
magic.
Fingers crossed.
Okay. Back to the hotel. Let's do it. We're headed out after a respite,
Like 45 minutes?
45 minutes,
Yeah.
and the sky
Crazy.
is now back. It's cool. It's not raining like crazy like it was. So we're gonna grab something to eat real quick and then go take some photos.
Get some more. Process my first
Oh yeah.
Fujifilm GFX 100 raw file.
What'd you think, Kurt?
Blown away.
Yeah, why?
Like shadow detail, just the overall detail resolution, just so simple. Couple little slides here and there, shadow, highlights, bam.
Beautiful.
Unbelievable. Total different world now I'm living in.
All right, Fuji World, Fuji
Fuji
GFX.
world, baby. That's it.
Skies after storms are truly something to see, and we were lucky to get some of these incredible skies. For whatever reason, I made it a point to make this photo the biggest stitch of the little photo adventure that we had. You can see that the amount of detail when we're zoomed in at 100% is stunning. This thing could go, I don't even know how big, right? This could go down a hallway.
We got the amazing clouds, dude.
We got the clouds, we dialed them in, we got them ordered up, and it seemed to have come through.
So we were driving, we got a couple just incredible spots. Some really iconic kind of Ohio hills.
Yeah.
And for the location where we're at,
Very, very indigenous.
very indigenous.
As to what we're looking for.
So
This is exactly what we needed.
And we're used to like cornfields.
Yeah.
We shot some cornfields, but with those epic big hills behind them, which is something a lot different than what we get in Nebraska.
Boy, you know, you put some hills, you put some clouds. Boy, that just makes everything look and feel better.
Now the sky looks like it's on fire, and we have a giant hill in front of us,
Racing again for the sunset.
So we're trying to get to the sunset.
Oh boy. God, look at that.
Sorry for the abrupt cut here, but I literally jumped out of the car while it was moving to try to get a little bit of the fading sky. My GFX was in my backpack. I didn't even go and grab that. I was just shooting with the X100.
All right, so we kind of missed it.
Man, we were like racing. We were racing.
You know, local knowledge, as Kurt was just saying, is really important. We don't know these hills, so we were kind of going up and down. Hold on, there's going to be a truck going by. We're going up and down, and we were kind of stuck in the hills.
Yep.
Knowing that we needed to get to the sunset, but we also didn't look behind us, and there was this amazing moon
Great moon
with some cool
there.
color
Great
behind
clouds
us.
up here though. Got a couple shots.
So we got stuck.
So
We jumped out. We took some
we
shots.
just did what we could do, man. That's it. All you can do is press the button.
But it was fun. It
Yeah.
was a good time.
It was
so
crazy.
It was cool. So
Well, now once the sun's gone, now we're done. Right?
yeah, but it was still fun.
Yeah, it was
still fun.
great. It
All
was
right.
great. Always great, man.
All right, let's go back and take a nap
Yes.
for the night.
And this is probably a good time to stop this video. We shot a lot, as you can see, and let me know what you think. If you have any questions about the Fuji system, you know, all the way from the X100v all the way to GFX, let me know. I'd be happy to answer those questions. Have a wonderful day, and we'll catch you next time.